Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be on our wall project that we built in 2019. It's going to go from start to finish on it instead of little updates all the time. This is going to be just like we did with the pond. It's going to be a start to finish project, and then the next one we do will be the swimming pool project. But this is what the wall looks like now after we've gotten everything finished. All the landscaping is done. Trees are planted what need to be planted back in here. The grass is put in here. We took all the paving stones out to put the trees in. And one thing that I didn't document was towards the end, we decided to go ahead and put 2 more extra sections of the wall up, and that was to make sure that we had privacy on our whole property from this 2-story apartment complex that went up. First thing that we had to do when we decided to put a privacy wall up was the wife went and got estimates from probably 10 to 12 contractors on how to put up a decent wall. The one that we ended up with was not the cheapest, but it also was not the most expensive. But the guy had the most sound design from what I could tell, with the I-beam and H-beam that he used on there, and then putting it 1 meter into the ground with a 1/2 meter by 1 meter solid block of cement reinforced with iron, and then put another meter of cement up above the ground. So this was once we finally got construction workers to start on the project over here. This first part of the video is about what they had to go through to get this all started. And at the same time they were finishing this up, then we started on the swimming pool. So sit back and enjoy. Talk to y'all later. Hey folks, this is a little extension on phase 2 of the long-term project. Let me show you where we stand. These trees right here, these shrubs right here, will eventually be out towards this end of the planter, and plus they're going to be 1 meter higher up than what they are, and there will be some posts going in to the ground right here and here and right on up here. Hey folks, once the guys got the vertical beams welded into place and anchored and then cemented in, then it was time to bring in the vertical or the horizontal structure to hold the slats up. And we had opted on a ventilated slat type of a wall. That way occasionally we get some pretty high winds in here, 50-60 mile an hour stuff with some nasty rainstorms, and a wall that's going to be 9 meters tall could take an awful lot of wind pressure up against if it didn't have a way to release the wind through the wall. So we opted for the ventilated, which ended up being a problem later on, and I'll explain that when we get to that point. But now it's time to bring in the horizontal pieces and get them welded in, and once they get that stuff done, then it's time to start hanging the slats. And when we were close to being through with the original 10 sections, that's when the problem with the slats came up, and I'll bring that up to you in a little bit. But enjoy the rest of the video. Talk to y'all later. That's just half of one section, and there's 10 sections, and they're almost to the top. This might be another couple of weeks. See, if I hold it down like this, you're thinking they got one whole panel done. Yeah, start up and then you'll see. They didn't get one whole panel done, but they got half of one all the way up to the top, and it looks pretty good. From every angle you look at this thing, that is a good looking wall. Folks, it's about now in the process that I'm thinking we don't have enough of the horizontal slats to do this entire wall. And what happened was the architect took the dimension of the slats and then added it up for the height of the wall and how many slats were going to be needed horizontally. And that's how he came up with the number of slats that he needed. And what it is these are an overlapping slat. And he had it set up to where this is all the more of an overlap there was on it, and you could see right through it. So if you were above it, you could see everything down below it, which meant the second level on this apartment complex was going to be able to see everything that went on over here. So that was the entire purpose of putting this privacy wall up, was to make it to where they couldn't see what we were doing over on our property, and likewise we couldn't see them. So we had the workers align it the way it's supposed to be according to pictures and designs that we looked up on the internet for this type of a wall, and it left them about 2 sections of the wall short. What it ended up being was it ended up costing us another 60,000 baht, which is about $2,000 US, to get enough of the slats to make it work. And then we extended the wall another 2 sections past that, and of course they raised the price from what the original 10 sections were. They raised the price for the next 2 sections to cover the higher expense of the slats. But that was the only problem we had with the wall, but it was a big enough deal. It set us back a couple 3 weeks waiting for the materials to come in. So after we got that put up, all we had left to do was the landscaping, and I'll show you that. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to y'all later. Oh, it's gonna get wicked busy here. We got these guys to work on that wall. There's a guy that don't like to have his picture taken. Oh, well, we should start getting dump trucks full of packing soil here pretty quick. Stay tuned.